Just keep going.
Save me, I'm drowning, I'm dying beneath your nose, with the blood rushing in my lungs now. I'm begging, let me go, don't let me go.
Welcome back to At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis, more than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It's your one-stop travel shop on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion and Yankton. And we're talking some softball here, Elk Point Jefferson, with Molly Geary. Molly, how you doing today?
Great. How are y'all?
Well, I am better than I deserve. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. And I tell you what, I introduced you by name, but there's more to you than that. Why don't you take a moment to tell everybody about yourself, your family, hobbies, interests, and as a senior, what you're going to be doing now after high school.
Yes. I am Molly Geary here with Elk Point Jefferson Softball. My family lives here in Jefferson, South Dakota. I have three brothers. I enjoy playing all sports, boating, camping, shopping with my friends, hanging out with everyone, just relaxing. Next year, I plan to attend the University of South Dakota. I am still undecided on what I will be majoring in, but I'm looking forward to learning and excited to go there next year.
All right. Now, of all of your siblings, are you the oldest, youngest, sitting in the middle?
I am the third of three boys. So
Okay. All
Yes.
right. Well, excellent. Well, that sounds great. And so you're going to USD, but not quite sure what you want to study, so just kind of doing some generals to start off with?
Yep.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that, because you have to do the generals anyhow, so that'll be good.
Exactly,
And
yep.
it's not too far from home, so that's kind of nice.
Nope.
That'll be good.
Yes.
All right. Well, excellent. I know when I was your age, I thought I was going to be an attorney, but you and I are talking on the radio, so obviously that changed. So no reason to rush things if you're not quite sure. So excellent. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to talk a little bit of Elk Point Jefferson softball. We're going to do some icebreakers, but first, let's just kind of talk about you. You've had a successful career at EPJ. You've been part of a big senior class that's had a lot of success, whether it's basketball or softball, track and field's doing, just so much success in this senior class. Do you guys feel, as you look back, feel like you knew it early on that you guys were going to be successful, or has this been something that surprised you guys?
Yeah, I think from middle school, even elementary, we kind of knew that we had a great group of girls and we had a lot of talent on our team, and we knew going forward that we'd probably have a lot of success in whatever sport that we were pursuing.
And, and that's been on all levels. And obviously Elk Point Jefferson, there's been success on the boys' side as well. But as a community, you guys have been co-opt together, and it's been Elk Point and Jefferson. I'm old enough to remember both, but obviously it's been long enough that it is just what it is. And you say you grew up in Jefferson, which obviously is the smaller community of the two. Has that ever been anything that you guys had to deal with, or is it just one of those things like, no, this is the way it is?
Nope, it's honestly just been the way it is, and everyone feels like family around here, and it's honestly just a great community to be involved in.
Well, and that's something I've noticed. It does feel like the crowds and the fans' support is huge for EPJ athletics.
Yes.
Do you guys feel that as well? That even, and it's not just fair weather fans. It's not just when you're doing well, but it feels like they are out there cheering you on no matter how you guys are doing.
Yes, no matter what sport, whatever, good or bad weather, is always a great support system at every game. Yeah, it's been wonderful growing up here, honestly. You always feel very supported by everybody.
All right. And you've participated in a number of sports. What all did you participate in? Because I feel like I've called your name for a variety of things when I've been announcing.
Yeah, yes, I remember talking with you last year. I did track my freshman year, and then when it started softball as well, I decided that I was gonna focus more on softball. So I decided to quit track and focus more on that. So I did volleyball all throughout high school and basketball, and then I've done softball here as well. So this will be my last sport, finishing up at EPJ.
Which was your favorite sport to take part in?
I would definitely say softball. It's just so much different than the rest of the sports with it being outside, and there's a different group of girls compared to the girls playing in the other sports. So it's just great to get to the next sport, and it's just the atmosphere and the teammates are just always such joyful, and it's honestly just so much different than the rest of them, and it's so much fun to be a part of.
Well, and softball seems like one of those where it because the other ones, there is some certain bench support, but it's like in softball, just like in baseball, it's almost like that's part of being on the team is the chatter.
Exactly, yep.
The chatter when you're out in the field, the chatter when you're up to bat. It feels more like a community. And is that kind of what the feeling you had too?
Yes, exactly. It's if you're on the field or not, you're right there with your team at all times, just supporting and cheering them on, and it just feels like you're right there with them. So it just brings a lot of different energy than compared to basketball and softball.
All right. Well,
or basketball and volleyball.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. And obviously, you guys have had success. As you look back on your Elk Point Jefferson career, and whether it's athletics or something non-athletic, what do you think would be your favorite memory or two?
Honestly, just the group of girls that I have been surrounded with. Even like our last year seniors really shaped the like sports and team that we have and really helped us grow as well. But honestly, just the girls, everyone is so close on every team, and it honestly just makes it that much better. When I look back on it, I don't look so much on how the sports went. I look more on how the season went with the girls and just building those relationships and connections with everybody.
And that actually kind of leads to my next question. Again, with it being, Elk Point and Jefferson, how many of the girls did you know? I guess, when do you guys come together? Are you guys together in class from like kindergarten on, or does it start in middle school?
Yep.
So
it's K through 12 is all Elk Point Jefferson combined. Yep.
Okay, so you knew all of these girls basically early on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I wasn't quite sure because sometimes there's grade schools and then they mesh. So okay. All right. And so these girls, this senior class, you guys have been together for 12, 13 years.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Now, are you all kind of going in different directions when this is done, or some of you going to USD, or what's kind of the game plan?
Yeah, I have two other of my seniors following me to USD as well. And then my other friend is going to play basketball at Dakota Wesleyan. And then our last senior is going to go to Grandview and play softball there. So, yeah.
Wow.
Good variety.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, in this day and age, it's easier, at least with social media, to stay connected, texting and social media and all of that.
Sure.
So as many negatives as there are with social media, that is one of the redeeming values of it, is being able to stay connected.
Definitely, yeah.
And I'm even finding that at my age. I have friends that I've reconnected with that, live in Canada or California, and we're able to stay involved with each other's lives and their kids and stuff like that. So, no, that's amazing. But building those friendships, is huge. And so, what are your summer plans before you start college?
I'm actually working in Vermilion, so I can just continue my job through the school year at the Nutrition Den. It's just a drink place, so I'm
great
excited
shakes.
to start it up there. Yep.
Yeah, my daughter used to work there when she was in high school. She worked at the one in Yankton, that was downtown here, and so and that's excellent. Well, no, and good protein in those. So if anybody's looking for just a good protein, Nutrition Den, they have the energy drinks. No, it's a great job, great spot, excellent. Well, that is good, and good you can keep that through school. So Perfect. Well, I tell you what, I'd like to ask you some icebreakers, and then we'll talk some softball before I let you go. Is that okay?
Perfect. Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
good.
One final meal. What are you going to have?
I would probably have some sushi and salmon with some rice, maybe some green beans. I'm a huge seafood girl, so
Okay, now,
probably have to say that.
all right. So, salmon, I love salmon. My daughter's a nutritionist, a personal trainer and stuff, and so she got me on the salmon train. And sushi, would you have it from somewhere specific, or do you know somebody that makes it, or how would that come about?
I'd probably have it from Sam's Club, my
Okay.
go-to place to get salmon or to get sushi. Other places are good, but I wouldn't say compared to Sam's Club, not as good. But
Okay, all right. Well, that sounds good. And so we're off to a good start. Now, would you have a dessert?
I'd probably have some peanut butter ice cream or something. Huge peanut butter girl, so anything with peanut butter.
Peanut butter ice cream
honestly.
sounds good. All right. Oh, and I forgot to ask my sushi question. Wasabi, yay or nay?
Nay.
Okay, not a wasabi fan. All right, excellent.
No.
Ginger?
Nope.
No. Okay. All right. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you, the first time I tried wasabi, I didn't realize what wasabi was, and so I put on a little more than I should have. So I've been a little soured
Yep.
on it ever since. So no, I totally
Yep.
understand. All right. Now you can see 3 musical artists live in concert from throughout history, so living or dead. Which 3 would you choose to see?
I would probably choose Cody Johnson, probably Zach Top, and maybe Bruno Mars.
Okay. All right. And who was that second one?
Zach Top.
Now, who is that?
He's a new artist. He's pretty young, but he's just gotten big here recently. So
All right.
he's a country singer.
Country. Okay. All right. Excellent. Now, if you could travel back to any point in Earth's history and be guaranteed safe return one time, to when are you traveling and why?
I'd probably travel back in maybe like the early 2000s, just because I feel like the generation was just so much different than it is now, and I just want to see what everything looked like then.
Okay. All right. Well, 2000s. I like that. And it makes me feel a little old, but I like that. So, all right. My daughter was born in 2003, and so it makes me even that much older. I'm like, oh, man, 2000 doesn't seem that long ago to me, but
I know.
Man. Okay. All right. Now, assume all of your basic life needs are met. So you have guaranteed basic levels of food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. So you don't want for anything. It's nothing extravagant. But money is no object, and you can only buy one thing. You can upgrade one of those or buy something completely different. What would you buy?
So you said like water is
So
already needed, or
yep. So you already have everything. So you
Okay.
you have food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. So you don't want for anything of necessity.
Okay, I would probably buy a phone to have GPS communication.
All right, I tell you what, you get the phone as well. We'll put a phone in
Oh, I
there
do?
as well.
Okay.
So yep. And so I'll give you an example of what I would buy because I've asked it enough. The Minnesota Twins is what I would buy. So
Okay.
you can think big if you want.
Wow, this is kind of a hard question. I would maybe buy like Amazon.
All right. See, that's what I'm talking. Now you've got an endless source of income. You can do charitable works if you want. And you can upgrade all of perfect by Amazon. I love it. Okay. Yeah, see, that's the way to think. All right, excellent. Now, if you have a 12-hour flight and you can pick the celebrity you're seated next to, who would you want that to be?
I would probably choose Jennifer Aniston.
Okay. All right. I
I feel
like that.
she's just super funny and good actress.
And she seems like somebody that wouldn't snub you. You know, she seems
Right.
I mean, maybe that's all part of the acting, but she seems down to earth. I like
Yes.
that. So, all right, perfect. And then finally, as you go through life, now this can be a celebrity or somebody close to home, and you can have more than one answer. But as you go through life, who is someone or are some people that you hold up as examples and say, if I can live life like her or him, I'm going to consider myself a success?
I would probably say my parents and my grandparents, just good role models to look up to, and both have built beautiful families and just love being a part of that family. So I just feel like that's something that I'd want to be like in my future.
All right. And do your grandparents live in the area?
Yep, they live right down the road from me.
Oh, nice. So you get to see them quite often?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That is awesome. I love hearing that. I do. That is awesome. So excellent. Well, you did great on the icebreakers. I don't know if you expected those, but you did a really nice job. You okay if we circle back and talk a little softball?
Yep, sounds great.
All right. Well, you guys are having a really nice season right now. If the season ended today, you'd be hosting a SODAC 16. Were you guys expecting to be competitive this year? Have you exceeded expectations, met expectations? What were you expecting coming into this year?
Yeah, I think we were we held our standards pretty high this year, not losing too many last year, and I just think we knew we'd probably have a very successful season moving forward. So it's been great, and I'm glad to see where we're sitting so far.
Well, and 8-4 on the year as we speak. A couple of tough losses, but to really good teams, and as you head into these final few games of the year, a chance to even improve that seed point standings. What are some goals you have for yourself individually, and what are some team goals that you guys have?
I think, honestly, just in myself, to just be confident in my abilities and know that I can do great things, and to just play clean softball. And I think as a team, we just know that we have to limit our errors and just hit well. But honestly, I think just bring great energy, and we know what we are capable of doing. So I think that's honestly one of our biggest goals.
All right. And for yourself, what do you view your role as on this team? Obviously there are people that, play and stuff, but do you also view yourself as one of the leaders?
Yeah, I would definitely view myself as one of the leaders, especially with 3 of our seniors also being in track. They are gone quite a bit for practice and stuff. So being one of the 2 seniors there at practice then when they're gone, I think it's huge for me to be a leader for my team and show them the right example. So, yeah, I would say I'm one of the big leaders on the team.
All right. Well, that is excellent. Well, Molly, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I really appreciate it. It's been fun. I hope you don't feel like I wasted your time, because I enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to seeing the success you guys have the rest of the year, and looking forward to maybe we can get a chance to cover you guys at state. And so thank you so much, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Hey, my pleasure. You have a great rest of your day, okay?
Thank you. You as well.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Molly Geary of Elk Point Jefferson, one of the leaders, and one of those names that you've been hearing for years. It's going to be weird not having her involved in Elk Point Jefferson athletics next year, but that's the way it happens. So glad I got a chance to talk with her today. And EPJ currently in the top 8 in seed point standings, 8-4 on the year. Just some tough losses to some really good teams, and they're looking to hopefully make some noise at state. All right, we'll be back with more. This is At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. And this Elk Point Jefferson conversation could have been brought to you by you if you would like, just give me a call, 605-661-5858 if you'd like to sponsor our Elk Point Jefferson Husky conversations. We'll be back with more right after this.